I have the 3-axis stabilization, this handheld stabilizer. I am simply hand-holding the on-shoulder steady rig. Welcome to the Hunter Report, and today we are going to test out stabilization rigs. I have 3 stabilization rigs, and I'm really going to discuss the pros and cons. There's no easy answers here. My camera of choice is the iPhone. Now the iPhone a movie shot on the iPhone just won the Sundance Film Festival, so it's really about lighting, but it's about your volume, it's about what lenses you use, and yes, using a big boy camera does help in certain situations. Anyway, I'm getting off topic because we're here to talk about stabilizers. Now, this is your classic shoulder mount. Let me show you. Shoulder mount kind of stabilizer. You see? Boom, 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 boom. Can even go one-handed. And it's a great little foldable rig. The next thing we're going to try is this 3-axis stabilizer by Tech. It is specifically designed for the iPhone. You cannot put a 1/8 inch jack. However, there are 3 screws here, but I suspect that this unit is calibrated for the weight of the iPhone, so I wouldn't even try to do that. So just know that you are fixed into this solution should you choose to buy it. And the final stabilizer that we're going to try is, I'm being really careful with the the final stabilizer that we're going to try is this handheld weighted stabilizer. And we're going to discuss the pros and cons of each of these. I'm going to do a little bathroom test in the mirror so you can see me testing each of these 3 stabilizers out. We're even going to test the iPhone naked, just handheld. My skills that sometimes pay the bills against these 3 stabilizers. This is the Hunter Report. Please subscribe. Please give me a thumbs up. Let's get into some stabilization science. I have the 3-axis stabilization. How do you like my ducks? That's my bathroom. This thing is pretty nifty. Pretty nifty. All right, this is the Feiyu 3-axis test. Now the panning test. Now the circling test. Very nice circling. Very nice circling of the chair. And of course, the selfie test. Woo! Very nice selfie. This is the Feiyu and 3-axis stabilization. Pretty nifty. So I am simply hand-holding the camera right now. The iPhone has a built-in stabilizer, optical stabilizer. So let's go flip it and just do a little pan test. A little bottom pan test. Okay. Spin test. The spin around object test. Now you're seeing some bounce in my movements, but as long as I hold it steady, I can get very nice pans. Just a nice arc, like a circle. So that's really nice. That's really nice. Just simple hand holding, as you can see, by my hand here and my hand here. 2 hands makes all the difference, really does. All right, this is the bathroom test just to show you what I'm using, which is this handheld stabilizer. And it's different. It's not really a 3-axis stabilizer, but it is a stabilizer nonetheless. So let's go and walk into the living room. We're doing the spin test. I can't actually look here because once I do that, it loses. It holds on to the weight, so that doesn't really work. But I'm still walking around. Okay, let's do a pan test. Let's do a bottom pan test. So that just doesn't work. There's only a limited range up and down at which you can move this way off, but let's go do the walk around test, and it's pretty lacking, I don't know. And so we're back in the bathroom, just so you can see. I mean, there's like a bit of stabilization going on, but I think I can get something smoother hand holding. And to be honest, I have handheld this for an entire concert, and it was like, you see, you have to just go with one hand, so it's just tiring. So this solution is limited. It's a very limited solution. It's good for walking. It's good for like 5 or 10 minute walk shots if you're walking in a straight line, but it's not that great. See my hand here? It's not that, and I'm holding it down here. It's not that great for panning. Really not great for panning. Any kind of up-down pan. It's not, there's no, this is not a 3-axis stabilizer. If it was a 3-axis, you'd get pan in this direction. And you see I'm holding it down here. Look at my thumb here. I'm holding it. So I'm providing another measure of stabilization. That concludes this stabilizer test. Now, the final test that we're doing is the classic Steadyshot, the on-shoulder steady rig. And the main purpose to me with the steady rig, and you see how I'm moving my arms, the main purpose is to prevent you from getting tired. Now, there's no reason I can't put a DSLR camera on here or even a more sophisticated camera, but the Sundance Film Festival was one with the iPhone, so don't underestimate it. As long as your lighting is good, you can do some great pans. And as you can see, I'm doing a Steadicam selfie, going through these very, very dark rooms and into a better lit area of the studio. I'm not used to working in reverse, but let's go switch it up to the forward view. All right. So, to me, the entire purpose of the Steadicam is to prevent you from getting tired by resting the camera onto your shoulders. Let's do our pan and the bottom pan. Very nice circular pan. And back to the rotation test. You know, it's all in the footwork. Luckily, I have my Kung Fu shoes on, so that helps. All right, up, 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 and the walk test. There's that other gizmo that we tried. There's the white background. There's a tripod, and another walk test. All right. So I'm on the Steadicam. Let's go set up the camera on a tripod to close out this segment. Now, for those of you wondering how I'm getting my iPhone mounted onto these non-iPhone specific rigs, you'll see that this thing here, this thing, and let me go up close to the mirror, you'll see it's a Steadicam. That allows me, right on the bottom right here, there's a 1/8 inch jack, so I can just plug into any standard camera tripod accessory, you know, like the first two stabilizers. And the Feiyu 3-axis is just, it's built for an iPhone, so it doesn't even accept 1/8, FYI. All right, so you were able to see the results. These two stabilizers are more similar to each other than the shoulder rig. You know, this isn't exactly 3-axis stabilization. It is, okay, let me correct myself. This is sort of 3-axis stabilization, but look what happens. You see, I get right here and it's locked, okay? Whereas you see here, it's rotating, it's balancing, it's finding the center of gravity, okay? It's just using a simple mechanical ball and socket joint. The ball is right down in there, okay? And it's using that simple principle of gravity, whereas this unit is far more high-tech. As you can see, there's 3 joints. 1 joint, 2 joints, and the 3rd joint is right down here. And each of these 3 joints is working through an electronic mechanism in order to stabilize the iPhone while it's in the rig at all times. This is battery powered, this is powered by gravity, by physics, by mechanical engineering. But I would have to say that the end result, this 3-axis stabilization, which technology is also seen in drones, and DJI, the most famous drone maker, makes a competitor to this, which is about 2.5 times the price. This unit is around $300, and the DJI product is in the $750 range, but it's even more versatile than this. Again, that DJI product locks you into using DJI cameras, and what the market really needs is a product like this that works with a simple 1/8 inch jack like this. That would be a real game changer. So I really like, again, let me summarize, I really like the end result of this 3-axis stabilizer. Now let's go, and I'm gonna throw this away or put it on the ground because I don't want to talk about it anymore, but it is interesting to compare these two products. Again, the iPhone was mounted onto both of these products. I put the iPhone on a little rig and screwed it into the 1/8 inch jack there, and then I just put the iPhone in here. Now, it was really clear that the value of this shoulder rig is mainly to keep you from getting tired. If you're shooting longer than 20 minutes, on the average, okay? Now, yes, I've handheld for over an hour, for even 2 hours, but after that point, you are going to get physically exhausted. So the benefit of this shoulder rig is to help you with gear. If you have a big rig, a big setup, big camera, big lenses, audio gear, monitor, you name it, get it onto here. Your shoulders are going to bear that weight. You can't really do that with this setup. I can imagine a setup with an iPhone and a Bluetooth microphone, and you're going to get audio, video, stabilization in an extremely lightweight package, which is great for reality TV shows, for YouTube podcasts. But, you know, if you want the more traditional rig like this, and there's really nothing that really projects importance, and I'm in the movie business, and I'm an important person, then just, you know, rocking this, getting my super important looking position here, and just see, to rock that, okay, to rock that in a concert. If you go into a concert like this and you just take up 4 times the amount of space that a person would take up because they're just a big professional thing, most of the time, I really like shooting handhelds. I really do. This is like my divining rod. I'm looking for water. I can feel water. I really like shooting handheld, especially with the optical stabilization that's built in to my Sony mirrorless camera. It's really the cutting edge of technologies. DSLR killer, that Sony. or my iPhone has optical steady shot. So the way the game is going, the way things are changing is that cameras have either lens stabilization, in Nikon it's called vibration reduction, in Canon it's called IS for image stabilization, and Sony is called OSS for optical steady shot. And this technology is in iPhones as well. And that really handles most situations. And if you want, there are more expensive rigs that I haven't tested in this video for, it's sort of a hybrid between these two. This is only designed for a lightweight product, but there are stabilizers that are in the $1,000 to $5,000 range, real Steadicams, that give you this level of stabilization, in a weight class. This is all about the weight class of the camera and the gear in a weight class that's like this. So I hope this video was informative to you. Please subscribe, please give me a thumbs up. Check the description below for links on Amazon.com where you can purchase all of these products should they pique your interest. Remember to always understand your gear, to test your gear out, to understand the capabilities of the gear before you go all willy-nilly and bring 100 pounds of gear that you're really not going to use. So thank you so much, and I will see you soon.